And this morning, we are spending a week where things get made here in Columbus.
Cameron Fontana, he is live at BrewDog. That's a new brewery in Canal, Winchester today. Cam, what's going on? How's your little morning walk going?
Hey, you know, it's going good, Adam. This is very exciting. So all week, we are presenting Factory Week, local companies here in the 614 and in the Columbus area that make items for the entire country. So today, we're hanging out at BrewDog to go inside and really see how it is made from start to finish. So very exciting. Stay with us over on Good Day Columbus on Fox 28, and we're going to show you the entire process. Guys?
And it is Factory Week here on Good Day Columbus. We're kicking things off with the grand opening of the BrewDog Brewery's tap room.
Yeah, Cameron's there this morning with a look at when the doors are going to open up to the public later today. Hey, Cam.
Hey, check this out, Jessica. So we're here with Ben with BrewDog USA. How's it going, man?
Yeah, good. How are you?
So this is very exciting. Here in Canal, Winchester, you're opening today. Yes. Why Columbus? Why put this factory here and even this restaurant?
Really good question. A lot of people ask us that, actually.
Yeah.
So James and Martin, the two founders of BrewDog, have been all over America. When James landed in Columbus, he sent a text out saying, guys, anywhere you recommend. He put it on Twitter, everything. His phone blew up. So he just thought, wow.
The local community just embraced it. And I have to show you, check this out. Show it over there. The factory is right there.
Yeah,
look at that.
It's amazing.
I mean, so what's all created here? I know you just opened, but for people that don't know BrewDog, what is that?
So BrewDog, we are in our 10th year. We're a craft beer company from Scotland, a place called Ellen, which is very northeast of Scotland. We make some of the best craft beer in the world. And we're looking to bring our fresh craft beer here as well and make sure that we can get it out as fresh as possible to the local community.
Right. So, and not only the beer in there, but you have this amazing eating area. What time do you open today, and then when is this open?
So we open today to the public for the first time at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
So yeah, and it's President's Day, so it's probably going to be busy.
Oh, that is so great. If you're just wondering, it's just south of 33 on Gender Road, on the east side of Gender, right when you pass Burger King and PNC. Huge factory, you can't miss it once the fog goes away.
Yeah,
but this is so exciting. I think a lot of times, one, we want to see the factory today, but I think a lot of viewers are just going to want to hear you talk all morning. Is everyone Scottish that works here?
No, there was about 5 of us that have come out from the UK business.
Okay.
So yeah, I moved here 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Hopefully you won't need subtitles.
Right.
Hopefully you can understand.
No, we love it, man. Well, welcome to America. And
Thank
coming
you.
up next, we're going to put our hard hats on and go inside that factory. Do you guys like his accent?
Oh,
I mean, he's Scottish. I mean,
Adam, first of all,
I feel just... I don't want to talk.
Cameron, first of all, we love his accent, but could you tell him sincerely, that place is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, Jessica says this place is absolutely beautiful. On behalf of all Americans, this is beautiful.
She doesn't dish out
That's
compliments that
all
often.
Americans. I love it.
Thanks, Cam.
It is Factory Week on Good Day Columbus.
Cameron Fontana, he is live at the new BrewDog in Canal, Winchester. Hey, Cam, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Adam? Well, we're getting new heights here at BrewDog USA and talking now to the COO, Tim. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing, Cameron?
Good. So it was really cool to hear about why this started here in Columbus. And this really is the first spot that the beer is going to be made, right?
Correct.
So what are these big things?
This is our brew house. So
Okay.
we'll start in the very first vessel here, and we'll add different kinds of malt. And essentially there we're making sugar water so that the yeast has something to eat.
Nice. And then it moves on to what step?
Moves on to the lautering step. So at that point, we'll take out all the grain husk, and we'll have just clean sugar water going forward.
Look at that. What about this one?
This is the dumbest tank in the brewery. All it does is hold beer for a little bit. So it doesn't do anything else.
And I know Ben said earlier, when you talk about the people that built these, are they specific to a certain, where are they from, I should say?
All of our equipment's from Europe, so primarily most of it's out of Germany. The brew house was built in Germany. All the tanks are built in Germany.
Look at that.
So,
and what process, what sets you guys apart? Because when you hear about BrewDog and when people talk about it, it really is something special, isn't it?
It is, and we use a bunch of hops. I mean, a lot of people use a bunch of hops. We think we do it better than anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, and it started out, it was 2 guys and a dog, and it's just been this piece, this equity for punks where we have a whole brewing community of people that invest in us.
That's so cool. So from start to finish, from that tank over there to the time it's going to hit someone's hand in the, in the glass, how long is that?
We're about 5 hours in this process right here, and it's about 21 days before somebody gets it in their hands.
Wow. I mean, in the beer world, I'm assuming that's pretty short, right?
In the beer world, that's about typical for where most of us are at in the craft beer business, 21 to 35 days. So
That's amazing. So we saw this step right here, the big tank. So what's next?
Next, we'll walk over to a fermentation cellar and we'll see where the brewers actually do all the controls from.
Do some fermentation?
Yep.
All right, guys, fermentation is coming up next. We're also getting sciencey here. Yeah?
Good morning. A new brewery opens today in Columbus.
And this morning, Cameron Fontana is getting a very special preview. He's at BrewDog in Canal Winchester, and he gets to do it before the doors open to the public. So, Cam, how's it look?
Hey, Marshall, this looks so cool. If you've ever been inside a factory to see how beer is made, BrewDog is the place to come here in Canal. We're back with the COO, Tim. Now, Tim, what's this process? Because I see a really sweet wall of metal.
This is our fermentation process, and while technology in brewing has been really, really cool, this is where we teach our brewers to be like those 1950s telephone operators.
Yeah.
Because they have to hook all of the pipes that we see on this side up there and make the beer go to wherever we need it to go. So they'll add yeast. The beer's going to go through that, and eventually we're going to make this trip quickly outside.
Whoa,
and what we're going to see, the beer's going to come out here, and it's going to hit these big tanks, where it's going to take us about 6 days to turn it into beer, and then it takes us another 14 days to add more hops to it, create awesome flavors, and then eventually filter it and make it ready for the consumers to enjoy.
Now, how many people do you have here that have to maintain this factory and work here?
Right now, we're about 10 people per shift. Eventually, we'll be about 35 or 40 people in total.
Oh, my goodness. And, you know, Canal Winchester, you know, Columbus, we mentioned before. Ben talked about how the city really embraced this company coming out here. How great of a spot is this for you? I mean, you have land to expand, right?
We have land to expand, land to do different things. We're hoping that we will be the great community spot so everybody can come in here, enjoy it. As you get to Dog Tap, you'll see it's a place meant to be social. That's what we want people to be, a social in there.
Now, Ben mentioned you guys will do factory tours. Is that right?
We will do brewery tours.
Nice.
We will do brewery tours once we get up and I get some of these construction guys out of here. I don't need anybody hurt. As you know, you have to wear all this PPE because I have to make sure you stay safe.
Well, I think you should do tours where people have to wear this stuff because then it makes you feel like you're part of the team. Like if I, pull some of those nozzles, I'm not going to break anything. You're like, no, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So coming up next, what's the next step in the process?
Next step, we're going to go ahead and walk over to where we're going to package beer. We're missing a couple of pieces. You'll see how the process is going to work.
Sweet. Well, we're going to toss it back to you guys. I'll tell you what this looks like. This looks like the sanctuary from The Walking Dead. Where's Negan? Jessica, do you watch The Walking Dead?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
I used to, Cam.
It's just like that.
8:50 on your Monday morning, and Cameron is spending his Monday at an all-new brewery and pub right here in Columbus.
He is at BrewDog in Canal Winchester, which opens later today. And they're letting you try some things, or at least try your hand at the process?
Yeah, that's right, Sean. So the main area of BrewDog opens today where you can get your food, you can get your brew. But what we're seeing right now is the factory. And really, this is still in the process of building, right,
Still
Tim?
in the process of building, yes.
But this is cool because you don't necessarily get to see how a factory is made. You always see the end product. So what's this kind of conveyor belt we're seeing now?
So this is a poly conveyor belt. This is a conveyor belt for empty cans. So we'll bring in pallets of empty cans, about 9,000 cans per pallet, and they're going to travel down this line, and eventually we'll go over to where the filler will set.
So let's go down the line. How many cans does this machine, I should say, this entire brewery, the factory, produce?
Well, we can make about 7.5 million cases of cans when we're done.
7.5 million cases?
7.5 million cases, so we can do about 31,500 cans an hour.
31,500 an hour. That is, I mean, how quickly, they're going to be going down there pretty fast,
About
right?
540 cans a minute. And right here where they finally go single file is where they'll really be moving. And at this point, they're not even on conveyors. At this point, they're riding on air.
They're just riding on air. They're just floating across.
All air
the
floating
brew
across
is floating.
here.
And then you think, look how huge, how big is this brewery in the factory, Tim?
We're a 100,000 square foot facility.
Oh my gosh. And you go down here, so it's still floating on air, right?
Still floating on air.
And at this point, where do the cans go?
At this point, the cans are going to take a nosedive here right off the end of the line. And they'll go down, and our filler will be sitting right there that shows up on Wednesday. So I go up this week, look at the filler. Cans will be filled. They'll come back, travel around all these conveyors in here.
Whoa.
Go to this machine behind us still in plastic where they'll be packed into 4-pack, 6-packs, 12-pack cases, off to trays, and then back into the other side where they'll be sent into pallets of 72 cases. Off into cold storage and eventually off to our friends at distributors, and so everybody can get their hands on a can of beer.
Now, there's a lot of metal here. How much piping do you have throughout this facility?
We have about 5.5 miles of piping, about 3.1 miles of stainless steel alone.
Oh my gosh. So coming up next, we're gonna head over to the eating area and actually pour some of the brew that is available starting at 11 o'clock today. So we're gonna toss it back to you guys. This is cool. I love being in factories. This is awesome.
What a statement. I love being in factories.
Maybe you missed your calling.
Yeah, you should have been in factory work, Cameron, construction.
See, it's the powers in the hard hat.
Well, another place you can visit, because around town this morning there's a new dog in the fight, and it's a pretty one. The newest brewery is opening today. Highly impressive.
I'm excited about this one too. We sit Cameron Fontana also has a great gig here out to see BrewDog.
Hey, that's right, Courtney. So you can see Martin right now, the general manager here, is doing a couple of the brews from BrewDog. Martin, which ones are you pouring out right now?
Right now we've got the Jet Black Heart, which is our nitro milk stout. We've also got Elvis Juice, which is our blood orange and grapefruit IPA. And this is our flagship punk IPA.
I love the names of them. How do you guys think of the names? Jet Black Heart, Elvis Juice, Punk.
I think we just get into a room and try and come up with something as crazy as the beer and the ingredients that go into the beer.
Yeah.
But the beers stand out on the shelf, so the name has to stand out as well.
Nice. So, Martin, I'm going to have you put these over here. Now, Keith, for people that have never had BrewDog before, what is it about the brew and what flavor kind of palette are you guys really going towards?
Sure, yeah, I think BrewDog, our focus is obviously massively on quality and how good the beer is. We live and die by what goes in your glass, is what we say here. But we're known for brewing, big, bold, hoppy beers that with fairly high ABV, so high percentage beers. But we do a lot of variety. So I think last year in Scotland we did about 65 different types of beer. Yeah,
that's amazing. And when you think of here, it can be intimidating for some. You see this huge factory, but you really are about the local breweries, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we really just, as I say, we're so passionate about beer, making other people passionate about beer as well, that it's really important for people to try all different types. So in all our bars around the world, we have all different styles, and we have different brands. So we'll have our BrewDog draft, but then we'll have all our guest draft as well. So obviously here in Ohio, that's a huge selection for us. Yeah, so it's great.
And it is about supporting that community. You guys are all in this together.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's all of us together to make great beers, and that's what we're focused on doing.
So if someone's coming out here for the very first time, and they're like, okay, Keith, they find you. First, they say, you look great. You look like Father Christmas. He looks like, you know what he looks like? He looks like the Ghost of Christmas Present, but a very good-looking version. They come up here, they see you. What's the one beer they should try the very first time?
Definitely Punk IPA, so that's our flagship beer.
The Punk IPA, which is which one? Tell me, Keith.
It's this one here.
This one right here. So if they're going to come out here, try the Punk IPA.
Definitely, yeah. Punk IPA, 100%. It's our flagship beer that started it all, so it's a good place to start.
Punk IPA all the way. That's your new theme song. Well, coming up next, I'll tell you what. I know the beer is very good here, guys. The thing that you guys are going to be blown away by is the menu, and we're going to check out next with Chef Jeffrey. They call him Cheffrey.
Cheffrey. He's a good man.
Cheffrey. Yeah. He's a good man. We're going to toss it back to you. We're having so much fun with him, guys. I just love his accent.
Well, we love his hair. Ask him what kind of shampoo he uses.
What kind of shampoo do you use?
I actually don't wash my hair.
Oh, he doesn't?
Yeah,
but
don't get too close to
Sean's
me.
also dating right now, I think. But, he's got a girlfriend. I'm sorry, Sean. He's taken. Well,
you
could have been a potential for Sean.
Sean is looking.
Sean.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work out, he needs to come over here and meet Sean.
We won't put you through a dating game or anything. Yeah. Just give us a call.
8 minutes before 10 o'clock now, and this is the first time they've ventured across the pond, and they've decided to come right here to Central Ohio.
Cameron Fontana is getting an inside look at BrewDog before it opens to the public.
Well, guys, I mentioned it at the beginning of the hour. Right there is what they call the rib tickler. That is the concoction and the creation of Chef Jeffrey, or as they call him here, Cheffrey. How's it going, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. So go down the menu, because it's not just about the brews here. You guys have an amazing selection of food. What do you have plated out for us?
All right. Well, at the beginning here we have our butternut squash hummus. It comes served with honey and grilled naan.
Nice.
And then, as you mentioned, here is the rib tickler.
Yeah.
It is braised short rib, a nice thick slice of sourdough, fried egg, and Brussels sprout slaw.
Oh, looks amazing. And of course, it got a nice little salad here.
Yep, so that's our Psycho Citrus salad. It's got broccoli, cauliflower, cocoa psycho, so cherries, almonds, and then a chili citrus dressing on it.
You're making me hungry now. What about that burger? That might be my new favorite.
Yeah, that's the identity crisis. So it's kind of a combination of a taco and a burger all put together. It's got guacamole, chipotle mayonnaise, fried egg, fried tortillas, all smashed together in a burger.
And just when you thought the menu couldn't get any more diverse, you have pizza too?
We do have pizza. These are all our UK specs, so these are all the pieces that we're bringing over from the UK tap rooms. So this is our Kingpin pizza that has a Hungarian sausage on it, mozzarella, our tomato sauce, and some watercress as well.
And what's really nice is you guys do a very good job of pairing the beers with the food. So if anyone comes here and they have a question, you have a selection for pretty much all the dishes, right?
Correct.
Very nice.
Yep.
Now we're back with Keith over here. Now Keith, when can people come out? Big opening day. Where can they find you?
Yep, big opening days today, so we're ultra excited about that, and we're at 96 Gender Road in Canal Winchester, so we're open from noon today.
Very nice,
Yep.
and it's just south of 33, and the factory tours, the tours of the brewery will come in the next few weeks. How
Correct,
can they
yeah.
stay connected with you guys on social, and what's the website?
Yeah, we're all over social media, so just your usual channels like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and then the website's brewdog.com, nice and simple.
Very nice. Well, guys, thank you so much for letting
Thanks.
me come here. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to let you toss it back to the anchors. Can you say we're going to throw it back to you guys? Because they just want to hear your voice. I'm going to eat. Does that sound
Yeah,
good?
of course,
So you
yeah.
can grab it. You say,
Perfect, yeah.
So you can say, from Brewdog in Canal Winchester, we're going to throw it back to you guys.
From Brewdog in Canal Winchester, we're going to throw it back to you guys.
I'm out of a job, guys. Dang it. I'm going to eat.
Cameron,
Throw it
you're
back to
fired.
you.
Thanks for
Yeah, we're just going
coming
to
in.
keep him. Thanks, Cam. It's on the Twitter.
It's on the Twitter. I need to stop.
We'll be right back with Twitter.